it's Singing Simmer 173 here, and today we're doing a refurb on or a renovation on the old saltwater house in San Myshuno. I believe it's in the Spice District. And what I'm basically doing is I'm turning it from a residential lot into a nightclub. And the reason I'm doing this is ever since City Living came out and I saw the old saltwater house, I always thought it would make a great nightclub. So that's the reason I decided to do this build, and my dog's shaking in the background. But usually I do like residential lots mostly for my builds, but I usually just like download community lots from the gallery because there's some amazing builds on there. But this time I decided to give it a go and make it myself. So yeah, I wanted to keep it kind of still similar to the original lot, keeping the exterior very, very similar, and basically just knocking down the inside walls, upstairs and downstairs, and keeping like the windows there but just covering them up so that it's nice and dark for the inside of the nightclub. And what I wanted to do was kind of make it into like a split level so that the DJ booth would be up on the stage and the dance floor and some seating area down the bottom. And it did take me a couple of times to kind of get it right, but I got there eventually. And I hope it looks okay. But yeah, so tonight, I don't usually put on a speed build on a Friday night. I usually try and do them on a Monday, but I've already got one booked in for Monday, and it's like a Halloween kind of spooky build. So I want to make sure that does get out on Monday, and so I thought I'd just put a wee kind of extra one out tonight, especially because I've got extra time, because it's Friday night, and every second Friday, my mum takes the kids and I get a night off. And most people would probably be like, yay, actually hit a nightclub yourself. But no, I decided to stay in and build a nightclub on The Sims instead. It's quite sad now that I'm saying it out loud, but that's what I like to do. I like to play on The Sims. Going out's a lot of hassle for me. Like, I'm not really like a kind of high maintenance person. I'm just like kind of roll out of bed, kind of fix what I need to fix, and off I go on my day. But when I go out with my friends, or my cousin is usually who I go out with, I like to make an effort, and so like I'll make sure my hair's like freshly dyed because I've got like kind of red ombre look, like so I've got like black at the top and then it goes down to the red ombre, and that washes out really quickly, and I don't really do it a lot. So when I'm going a night out, I like to make sure that I do it fresh, and sometimes I'll put a bit of tan on depending on what I'm wearing, and that's a whole other issue as well as what I'm going to wear, because I really like kind of wearing things like kind of the 50s kind of vintage style dresses, and it's really hard to kind of find one that I like, that I can get, because I always decide that I'm going to buy a new one last minute and there's never enough time to get what I want. So I would need to like go and find something to wear, and then do my makeup, which takes like an hour and a half if I want to take my time on it. Then do my hair, which I can never do, so I always have to try and get my cousin to do it for me. And and then there's all the whole idea of like shaving your legs. That's always an issue that I can never be bothered with. So going for a night out for me is a lot of issues. So I like to spend my free time playing The Sims, or I'll watch like a box set, but I'm really into playing The Sims a lot right now. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm basically, it's now 6:30 and I've been home since 5. I've been playing since then and doing a wee bit of editing now as well with this. And I'll probably play until at least like 3 in the morning. So yeah, that's fun. I might stop and order some food maybe. And it's so embarrassing as well because obviously I'm in by myself. So I always have to order like a meal for one, and I always find it so embarrassing. Like, and sometimes I actually order extra so that it looks like I'm ordering for more people, and it's like just such a waste of money and a waste of food, but it's so that I'm not like so embarrassed, because like every second Friday I'm ordering the same meal for one. So sometimes I like to mix it up and just get something a little bit extra, maybe like eat like 1 or 2 spoonfuls out of it, and so that the delivery person thinks that I'm not a loser. But I am. I should just embrace being a loser because that's just what I am. But yeah, so this is my time to chill out, and that's how I chill out. I chill out in peace and quiet with no noise, no children screaming at me and crying, wanting to come into my room when they're supposed to be asleep, and stealing my sweets and wanting to. Then I can't record as well because they're all talking and crying, and the three of them, there's 3 boys, they're always arguing, So it's nice for me actually to get a little bit of peace and quiet, which was nice. And it's actually, I feel quite bad today because one of my twins, he he's only 5 and he absolutely hates school. And today he was running into school and he was actually really excited for like the first time since he started in August. It's now like October, the end of October. And so he was really excited, he was running in and he went and tripped and he fell over and scraped his whole face. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, like from his, well, okay, slight exaggeration then, from his forehead to underneath his nose, down the whole like right side of his face is just completely scraped to pieces. It's a real shame. I feel so bad for him. And so he was really upset trying to get him into school this morning, so I had to wait behind a wee bit and give him a wee cuddle. So it has been a bit of a stressful day. And when he came out, he saw himself in the mirror and he was like distraught. But he's feeling a bit better now. I'd ordered their Halloween costumes, and both twins want to go as cats. So I've ordered 2 nice fluffy cat onesies for them, which is absolutely adorable. So they tried them on after school and they loved them. So that put them in a really good mood. So they're away staying at my mum's at their gran's house, and that is like their favourite thing to do. They absolutely love going to Granny's house. So I know they're in safe hands, so that's good. And back onto the build here, I've done quite a lot since I started blabbering. So this is like the walkway into it, and I've put this little window here, like that would be like the bit where you go and pay to get in. And behind that's like the wall, and it's got loads of posters on it, because I don't know about like nightclubs where you are, but there's a nightclub near where I stay, and like as soon as you go in, there's like loads of posters or plastered all over the wall. In fact, most kind of nightclubs around here are like that, so I just assumed all nightclubs are like that. Like, you know, like with maybe like if they do gigs and stuff, so what, like bands or DJs will be playing there, they'll have all the posters on the wall. So I thought that was a nice wee touch. And then this is like a wee cloakroom as well, with some closets, and add in like a couple of wee stands of coats and coat stands and things like that. So I wanted to kind of try and make it kind of seem like a real nightclub. Obviously this room probably wouldn't really get used very often because it's not actually got anything in it, but it's just for the look of it, that's kind of what nightclubs look like. Because you have to have somewhere to put your coat. Obviously in The Sims they don't bring an outdoor coat, but maybe once we get seasons they will. And talking about that, I know this isn't directly linked, but who watched the live stream for the vet clinic yesterday, last night, Thursday night? Oh my goodness, it's so exciting. It's like, I actually just cannot wait. It cannot come quick enough. And so yeah, that was really, really, really exciting. And obviously everybody's hinting, saying, not hinting, but everybody's like guessing, saying, oh, there's going to be seasons because of like the icy fur and things like that. But oh, I don't know. I really hope there is, because that would be so good. But if not, I will patiently wait until they decide to do it. And this, yeah. In the kind of nightclub and the dance floor that you've seen, I've added those little lights. I do actually end up going in after I uploaded this and added some more lights, because they went kind of, once a player tested it, I realised it wasn't kind of like dancey enough, so I added some more of like the kind of the flashy lights, you know, the ones that do the disco dancing and all that. So I did more of them in because I felt like that was more more realistic to a nightclub. So this is just like a little kind of quiet area. Got a little kind of a wee sofa sitting there, and like the wee kind of bar stools, just to sit and have a drink. And same thing, I did kind of loosely base this off of a nightclub that me and my cousin go to quite a lot. And I'm saying quite a lot, I've just explained how I never go out. But when I did oh, there's my phone going. When I did used to go out, it was kind of loosely looked like this a little bit. Not really, because obviously it's a refurb of the old salt house, and that did not look like the old salt house. It was like more like a kind of city. It was like it's in the city, so it's like a thin building, like, well, it's like a whole like block, but this one nightclub is like, it's got like one door at the front, and then it's got like multiple floors, and it goes out quite far at the back. So yeah, but so what I'm basically trying to say is the build doesn't look like it, but some of the touches have been mimicked off of that. So I'm just putting a little bathroom in here, keeping it nice and unisex, because I don't like boy and girl bathrooms. And Also up the stairs there's going to be like a kind of quiet area as well, again just some booths and some seats, sorry, and there'll be a little photo booth as well, which is always fun. I love when you go out and they're doing photo booths and you get to put on like the silly hats and all that and like the masks and things like that and kind of get some fun photos. And but yeah, I thought it was like a nice wee build, and I'll probably use it quite a lot because I do like to take my Sims out to nightclubs and always automatically just head into the city because that's where I go when I'm going on a night out. And they've got the Sky Lounge, or the Star Lounge, what Sky Lounge it's called, isn't it? And you've got the is it called the Sky Lounge? I'm starting to doubt myself. I'll check it later. And you've got the karaoke bars, which are great, but sometimes you just need to go a little bit of clubbing. And I think in the lounge as well, they don't actually have a DJ booth. It's another karaoke booth I think they've got there as well. So I just thought it'd be a nice wee kind of bit of diversity. And of course, this build will be on the gallery. It'll be on the gallery as you're watching this, and my origin ID is Singing Simmer 173. You'll be able to find it on my channel, on my catalogue, if you just click on my profile. And yeah, so I'm just kind of adding in all the wee finishing touches. I'll also need to build in the little this little VIP garden bit here as well. So I decided it'd be a nice idea to have a VIP area, where like if you were having like an exclusive party, you could come and celebrate that here, and even if you wanted to, you could close off once you've got everybody in, you could lock the door or something like that so that it is exclusive and no one else can get in. So there's just like some patio area and some like a little punch bowl, and I'll put in a bubble blower and a DJ booth as well, and also add in a little skylight, which is such a cute idea. I think I saw that from Sim Supply. He did that in one of his builds ages ago. And I just watched it recently and I thought that was an excellent idea. So just with a dance floor, you basically just add in the see-through one, the clear one, and it makes like a kind of glass roofing. So I just put that on above the entranceway. So yeah, it was a really fun build to do, and as I said, I don't really do community builds very, very often. It's mostly residential. But I thought it'd be a nice change, especially with my free time tonight. I thought I could mess around with it a wee bit and have some fun now that I've got some spare time. It did kind of take maybe about an hour to do. I started building it. I actually built this last night, so I'm just doing the editing today. So yeah, but I've got loads of plans for tonight and my nice relaxing night off. I'm going to edit this. I've edited my legacy challenge, which comes up after this. And I think I'm going to make some machinimas for the Not So Berry challenge that I'm doing, and my vampires let's play as well. And I've also been scribbling down in my notebook everything that I want to do for the cats and dogs when that comes out. I've got a few ideas of what I'm going to do. I've got a few let's plays that I'll want to get out eventually, and hopefully try and get a little machinima out as well. So I was kind of brainstorming with that last night, writing down a few ideas. So I think I'm going to get started on that as well. Like maybe just start making the kind of plot and maybe start building. Oh, so I can't really do much because obviously I want to use the pack of the build modes of everything that comes out with the pack. So I don't know. I'll maybe just mess around and see if I can kind of create some ideas, and then when the pack comes out, I can add the stuff in that I'm looking for. That would be good. So I'm just adding in some signs there as well, as if like that's the name of the nightclub. And I did just keep the name of the nightclub, the Old Saltwater House, because I felt that was actually quite a good name for a nightclub. So you can just imagine that's what it says on the sign there, even though it kind of looks like a H and an A. But we'll just pretend it says Saltwater House Club, or maybe like Saltwater House Club. What? Oh yeah, well maybe. You could pretend it just says like maybe like saltwater, like SW or something, like saltwater or something. Yeah, who knows? You can basically do whatever you want because this is the freaking Sims, and in the Sims your imagination can run wild, and there are no limits. So yeah, so now I'm just kind of doing the exterior. I kept the exterior really simple. Maybe I'll add more in as I play the game, and I kept the back garden, like the back kind of area of the nightclub, bare because I thought, well, if you wanted to, you could have a party here or a wedding or something, and you could actually add in like what you need in the garden because there's plenty of space. So I just basically added in like a little bit just to make it look pretty, and then you can add in what you need. Yeah, so that's basically all we have for that. And there will be some screenshots coming up after at the end. And as I said, it'll be I've made a few changes before it's been uploaded to the gallery, so it looks slightly different, but not very much. Like the outside, pretty much the same, and it's probably just like a couple of lights that have been really edited anyway. But yeah, so it's on the gallery again at Singing Simmer 173, and you can check me out on Twitter as well at Singing Simmer. And if you like this video, please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, so I hope you really enjoyed it, guys, and thanks for watching. Bye!